Hi, I'm Will, and this is Roxanne. These are our kids. Like many in America, we were struggling to escape the rent trap. Stuck in LA, it seemed like we would have to put off all of our dreams just to survive. But miraculously, after an adventurous trek across the California desert, we found Mountain Dreamer, a 30-year-old RV that has seen much better days. Join us as we fight to turn her into a beautiful home, find the freedom to live our dreams, and dodge the insanity that is LA. Welcome to the adventures of Mountain Dreamer. So hey, in this video, we finally get to go to LA. We finally made it out of Mojave and that crazy windy place. Geez, that place was something else, man. Anyway, so after a stop in Lancaster, or Lancaster, you know, it's funny, up on the East Coast, they call it is Lancaster, but over here they call it Lancaster. Anyway. So after heading out of the town of Lancaster, we headed to LA, and it was pretty uneventful, you know, except for when I ran into the traffic, which is when I knew I was there.
Look at all those wind farms. Wind farms. So we made it to LA. Well, we're not home yet, but oh, where is home? Oh, my mother-in-law's. We're just near downtown LA, so, but we're in LA. You know how I know we're in LA? This is how I know. Traffic for miles on end, as far as the eye can see. Smog. Millions of people. Crowds, and just being crowded and feeling like you're in a freaking cage all day. Anyway, yeah, so I'm on the 101 freeway. So, yeah, so we're about, well, with traffic, I guess 30 minutes from my mother-in-law's. But, yeah, that was one rough ride, man. Took 3 days to get this RV and hundreds of dollars more than I expected to pay. And now begins the whole parking drama. So funny, because where we came from, there was tons of space and deserts and fields forever. And then now I'm here in LA, and it's like they have these little parking weasels driving everywhere looking to give you tickets at the slightest provocation. So luckily where I'm parked, I mean where my mother-in-law is, that's where I parked the ugly green thing near the fashion district. It's an industrial zone right behind her building, and there's lots of spaces. I guess I just know that the parking people are very strict and looking for any reason to ticket you or tow you or whatever. You call those things on that game? What's that game? Creepers? Are they called creepers? Kari? Okay. What's that game? Minecraft. Those, are they called creepers? Those creatures that will come and get you? Those zombie things? Yeah. Creepers? Yeah. So I gotta watch out for creepers, which are, you know, when you're near downtown and just sort of like, I don't know, the bad parts of town or whatever, there are these people wandering around like zombies. I call them creepers, man, just looking for trouble. They're just on the hunt to break into cars, to rob you, harass you, bother you. You know, I don't know what their deal is. They're just constantly on the lookout for anything that they can take advantage of, like scavengers. You know, if they see a vehicle that's you know, that looks abandoned or just looks opportunistic, they're there. So my battles between the creepers and the city. So I have some ideas on how to defend against those things. So, but right now I just got to get this thing legal. That'll help me with the city. But then even if it's legal, there's all kinds of rules here about RVs, especially big ones like mine. Because, you know, LA is at war with RVs. So, you know, because this city's so, it has such a cognitive dissonance, you know, about housing. That's why there's so many homeless people. That's why there's so many people just like freaking out about rent and housing. All the while, the city's doing everything it can to make your life as difficult as possible when you try to do something different, creative. You know, they just, I mean, you can live on the sidewalk. You can live on a sidewalk in a tent, sort of, but you can't live in your car. You can't live in an RV, and, you know, only in certain areas and only certain lengths. And oh my gosh, it's just whacked. So we're here, finally. So here we are on city streets. What does this sign say? Bike lane. Bike lane. We're going. I don't see any length restrictions, and I don't see any parking meters. It says 4-hour parking, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's awesome. This would actually be a good spot to park. Cool. So now I gotta figure out this whole smog check, and then I got to go to the DMV again for 4 hours. So that's the plan. So I'm finally back home. Well, sort of home, virtual home, my mother-in-law's. And I'm just gonna relax. I took a shower, shaved, washed my hair, and I did find a decent parking spot, like kind of like it's in the open, but it's kind of it's in the back, but it's not so back that like creepers are gonna get it, but it's not so open that like the parking people are gonna be ready to pounce on you. LA just hates RVs, man. Anyway, you know, it's kind of right at that border area. So, but one problem is, you can see I'm right at the front of the parking row, and you can see that new battery right through the grill, man. And I'm kind of worried someone's gonna steal it, because it's right at that border area where people will steal batteries. So I might have to go back tonight and like put it inside. That's a trade-off, you know. It's like, the more I go to where I can park it, the more likely someone's gonna break and steal or vandalize it, right? And the more I come to the, what do you call those, normal areas or more upscale areas or whatever you want to call them, but then the more likely someone's gonna complain and the police are gonna harass me, or the parking people are gonna ticket me. So that's the LA RV ward thing I was talking about. So anyway, I'm just here home and I'm just relaxing, sort of with my family.
Yeah? Yeah. How do you make this start squirting? Turn it on. Look at the top. Look at the top of it. There's a word on the top.
Anyway, sort of with my family. But I'm just gonna watch some YouTube and I'm just relaxing here. With my blanket, I'm gonna have some trout and some crackers and some juice, and then I'm gonna catch up with what's going on in the world. Okay, talk to you soon.
Wow, so that's it. We're finally in LA. So we're here, and now the real adventure begins as we try to live in this thing in the city. Like I was saying, it's a balance between the creepers and the city, or the lookie-loos. Anyway, we'll talk about lookie-loos later. But next episode, we're gonna go and try to get her smog checked, and then if it passes, we'll, finally get a full registration. So let's see how that goes. If it ain't one thing, it's something else.